let me show you how to take your Maverick 88 to turn it into something a little more custom. Alright guys, so in this video I wanted to go over my demonstration on how you take your standard Maverick 88 security home defense 12 gauge shotgun and turn it into something a little more, I guess, customized. What I was looking at doing in this particular build was turning something into your standard home defense 12 gauge into something a little bit more, I guess, shocking in a sense of ergonomics and easier to use around the house in a home defense type situation. So this build I wanted to actually kind of convert it over to the Mossberg 590 Shockwave. So first let's go ahead and dig into the details here. This one I picked up at Academy years and years back for 200 bucks. It does have an 18.5 inch barrel. It had a bead sight, 6 rounds, weighed in roughly 7 pounds. The overall length prior to this build, of course, standard was 39.5 inches long. What I did like about the Maverick is the positive steel to steel lockup. It also had an anti-jam elevator also inside. I'm going to flip it over, which is really nice, a really good feature. And this thing handled, or can handle, the 2 3/4 shells, which you see up here in the top left, up to a 3-inch shell. And the choke tube does hold 6 of those standard rounds. So what I wanted to do is go ahead and convert that over into my idea of the Shockwave with some added enhancements as far as some custom add-ons I went ahead and did. So real quick, the Mossberg 590 Shockwave is 380 bucks roughly. That had a 14 and 3.7 inch barrel. Did have a bead sight, 6 rounds, and that one weighed roughly, I want to say 5 1/4, with an overall of, I want to say 26.5 inches in length. So mine, come to find out, what you see right here, is 28, or just a hair under 28. So it's just barely over the Mossberg 590 length. And it does have the bird's head handle, which is really nice. It's very comfortable in your hand. And the 590 Shockwave, it has a pump action slip guard, I guess, to keep your hand from slipping out. So overall, the price variance difference in here, you're saving seriously like $180 if you take your Mossberg 88 and go ahead and convert it into your own Shockwave. Which, to me, if I can save a few dollars and throw all that money into rounds or throw all that money into added features to the gun itself, that's the route I typically want to take. So real quick, let's go ahead and go into the schematics of this build here. So the barrel is, of course, 16 3/4 inches long. There is no sight. I went ahead and, as you see, flushed it with the actual the choke tube, so it is flush, which it is a shotgun, so really there's no needed for actual sight if you're using buckshot, birdshot, or in this case I use some slugs here, which I'll go over momentarily. And this features, I can hold 6 5+1, or I can do an 8+1, which are the mini shells, which I definitely want to go over that because that is an awesome added feature too. Like I said a second ago, overall length of this is 28 inches. So with this build, which I'm about to go into my details here, I'm going to show you how you can take the same type of rifle, the 88, convert it into the Shockwave, and literally, guys, save you $100 easily, or actually probably 150 if you don't want to use my light, sight, and Picatinny rail, so forth, and heat shield. So the heat shield here is from, I got it off of Amazon from a company called GSI. And it's a really nice heat shield. It sits pretty well on the shotgun. And actually it does its job. You know, I put probably 50 shells to this one after another, and it was cool to touch. A little warm, but nothing to where, you know, you'd have to actually drop the shotgun. Let me go ahead and flip this over because I want to show you guys this. This is a nice feature here for a shotgun. So what I have here on the bottom is a choke tube Picatinny rail that's held on just by 2 Allen screws. And believe it or not, I picked this up on, I believe it was Wish, for like $10. So far I have not had any issues with it. You know, it's a standard size Picatinny rail, made out of the cast aluminum, so far it's done its job. And what its job for my particular action on this shotgun here is to hold my my light and my laser. So what this is, it's a flashlight laser combo, and I did find this, I want to say, on Wish too. Pretty cheap. I want to say it was like 13 bucks. This top laser here, it's a green laser, and it uses the LR44 battery. And then the flashlight itself here, it uses just one AA battery. And it comes with the housing and everything. You might say, why is there a clip on this light? And we all know the recoil of a shotgun. It's a lot, and I haven't had any issues with this setup. So look for this on Wish. Definitely can't go wrong. So real quick, so I want to dig into these shells because I wanted something to where I can have an actual shotgun but maximize my shell experience. So instead of going for my 5 plus 1, I can now go to 8 plus 1. And the differences are, these are just rifled slugs here from Federal, and those are specs here on them. So 1,610 feet per second as far as the muzzle velocity goes, versus these guys. And they are really, really cool, by a company called Aguila. These are lead slugs, and there is the information there. 1,250 feet per second muzzle velocity. But let's go ahead and get these compared. Look at that, guys. That is freaking awesome. So you might wonder, how do you use these? If some of you guys do and don't know, this could be a repeated video for you guys that do, but for y'all that follow my channel that might be new, let me go ahead and show you how this works. So real quick, she is empty, so we are definitely safe, and the safe is on. What you might notice up front, let me get my flashlight here, is this insert. And this insert is from a company manufactured here out of Texas, which is awesome. The OPSol. It's a 2.0 Flex. And all it really is, guys, is, let me go ahead and show you here, or demonstrate. It's just a piece of rubber that you just slide in your insert. And so what it does is, let me show you here. When you go to put in your mini slug, you see right down in there, there's no click. There's no positive click. So go ahead and click. There it is. It's ready to go in. That simple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then plus the 1, which that is awesome. So what it does is, let me go ahead and set this down, get the measuring tape out of the way, is when you go to do the actual pump action, let me get this set down here. Let's see. I'm going to sit there nicely for me. There we go. Alright, so go ahead and show you. So what this is going to do is when you go to push in your actual pump here to take out your shell, watch what happens. It goes right to the back, hits this bumper right here, and then goes out the ejection port. Now ready for the next one. So that's the whole design, is it allows you to take your standard 2 3/4 to 3 inch slugs and to get you some additional mini shells in there. And it's still on safe, just to show you guys. So how cool is that? I mean, you go from standard shell to mini shells, and I just converted it essentially from 6 rounds to 3 more rounds. And so later down the road, I'm going to put the side cart here, or sidekick cart, where it'll allow me 6 more rounds to hold. So that's quite a few just for this little Shockwave replica. I guess that's what you want to call it. Alright, so the handle here, instead of your pistol grip handle that you can see out there for the Mossbergs, this one is what they call the bird's head, because essentially it almost looks like a bird's head or beak, I guess. I got this from a company called Shockwave Technologies, and it fits all the Mossberg lineups for, I want to say, $25 on Amazon. And I will say, in your hand, this thing is awesome. Fits good, feels good. I think the type of texture that it does have on here, it's not overly aggressive, doesn't hurt your hand, and shooting this thing is freaking sweet. I will just go ahead and be quite honest with that. So essentially, I added the Picatinny choke tube, flashlight, and laser holder, the heat shield, okay, and this here, and pretty much have my 590 Shockwave replica, and saved over $100, which I can now add into my ammo. So you can get these rifled slugs, 15 of them, for roughly $20. I went ahead and got 20 of these at my local gun place, and I paid $16.99. So what's nice about it is exactly like what it says: high capacity, low recoil, and you still get all your peak performance. You know, 1,610 feet per second versus 1,250. I'd trade that any day if I can get 3 more rounds. But that is it. Definitely love the build. Turned out spectacular. Just goes to show what you can do with a little time, a little research. You can still do out there, or get out there what the other guys got, and save you $1. Well, guys, that wraps it up. Thanks you guys for tuning back in. And as always, remember to like, subscribe. Go ahead and hit that like button down there. Go ahead and drop me a couple comments as well. It's always appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you then. Peace and God bless.